I don't know about you, but fairly often I feel a bit stuck in life. Get up, go to work, come home, go to bed, get up, over and over. As we wander in our own personal, particular wilderness, we need what happened in the gospel today, the gift of seeing life with new eyes. And beautifully in this gospel, there's a formula to achieve this vision. We will account and see this vision when we follow Jesus, when we embrace community and treasure Kairos moments. So let's meditate on this for a few moments. First of all, follow Jesus. The gospel is so clear. This is my beloved Son. Listen to him. The Latin for listen is obedire, which is the etymology of the word obey. It means listen and take action on what you heard. Practically, what is listening to Jesus and taking action on what you hear mean? Well, it means that we need to be familiar with Jesus' teaching and with his words in the Gospels. It means doing what we're doing right now, which is exposing ourselves to the gospel, meditating on the words, trying to see how they fit into my life. We do this at Mass, but choosing Jesus means much more. It means that we need to have private study of his word. To read the Bible, then the best Bible commentary is a good translation. It means having some understanding of the social and political environment in which Jesus lived and practiced his ministry. He, in his time, confronted the current politics of holiness, which was the prevailing religious and cultural consensus in which he lived. He strongly challenged it. After a rather short ministry, because of this, he was executed. He contested it by preaching and living a radical politics of compassion. The bottom line for the disciples, making compassion the core and foundation of our understanding of God and of our relationship to the world. And I believe this is what we mean by I listen and I follow Jesus. I see with new eyes when I follow Jesus. I see with new eyes when I follow Jesus. Secondly, we embrace community. To embrace is to accept and support enthusiastically. Having encountered Jesus, transfiguration takes place in a context of community. The gospel is very rich, multifaceted community this morning. It's important for me to connect myself with the community tradition. The disciples saw Jesus with new eyes. Jesus had community with Elijah and Moses, which represented the whole tradition of the law and the prophets. Peter, James, and John were a community that entered this larger picture. In my personal road to the mountaintop is going to imply that I must accept and support enthusiastically a community of faith And we're really lucky here at St. John's, I think, because we have a very powerful community of faith. We value our heritage as Catholic Christians. Now, the fact is, we're not the only Christian community. In some ways, we may not even be the best sometimes. But it's a spiritual language that we are committed to, that we speak and we share with each other in good faith. And I commit myself to being part of a worldwide community of actually literally billions of people is not easy. But it's the price of connecting with others and being part of a thousands of year old spiritual tradition of the law and the prophets with Moses and Elijah. I see with new eyes when I embrace community. I see with new eyes when I embrace community. And thirdly, we live in Kairos time. It's good for us to be here. Kairos time is heart knowledge. Chronos time light savings time, hours, minutes, seconds, years. This is chronos time. That's what we usually think of as time. Greek words. But kairos time is God's time. It's counted not in minutes and seconds, but in value and quality. This experience is an opportunity for, and indeed, it demands an existential decision by the subject, which is you and me. There's a yes invitation in the divine encounter. This yes is transformative and collapses our dualist world into a single kingdom of God, the reign of love. It's what happened to Peter and James and John on the mountaintop. To live in Kairos time is our vision quest. It revitalizes the purpose, the very purpose of our lives. Once we've had a vision of Jesus, we can leave the mountaintop, pass into the world with new purpose and enthusiasm. Teilhard de Chardin, the great writer, said, "The best success I can dream of in my life is to have spread a new vision of the world." We all have the potential to experience transfiguration, this new vision for our family, our community, our church, and our world. So how do we experience Kairos time? Well, many paths there, of course. Liturgy, being an out-of-time experience, is one. Prayer, but also giving of yourself in one of many ways. In compassion creates a Kairos moment, and when you do it, you know it. The Spirit lives in Kairos time. And anytime I am in tune with Spirit, I am living a Kairos moment. I see with new eyes when I live in Kairos time. I see with new eyes when I live in Kairos time. So, Brother David Stendhal-Rast said, if we want to live healthy lives, we have to build into our daily life moments of vision, and then let our actions be formed by that vision. Daily moments of vision. Little tiny mountaintops. It's my prayer for you as we gather this Sunday morning on this particular mountaintop.